Hello and welcome to Common Sense TV. I'm your host, the Doctor of Common Sense, E.T. Williams. Please join us in the Common Sense Nation at commonsensenation.net. It is a new forum that no liberals are allowed and where we're trying to promote common sense. I don't know if you've seen the article. It is an article on the Western Center for Journalism. It's written by Louise Hodges, and it's talking about Barack Obama's birth certificate again. But Louise seemed to think that we don't even have to worry about Barack Obama's birth certificate. We can simply look at the passport of Stanley Ann Durham, the mother of Barack Obama. And it talks about, Louise talks about how when a young child travels with a parent, the young child, in addition to the parent's passport, the young child is usually added. A photo of the child is added to the parent's passport, as well as a certified copy of the hospital birth certificate. When it's looked at Barack Obama's mother's birth passport, there is not a copy of Barack Obama's picture on the passport. So one has to ask the question, how did Barack Obama get over to Jakarta if his picture is not on the passport? How did he travel to Jakarta without having his picture on his mother's passport, since this is the law? Louise said her daughter was born in Japan, and she went through the similar thing, and she had to add her daughter to the passport. We see that there is no picture of Barack Obama on this particular passport. So the question is, how did Barack Obama get to Jakarta without being added to the passport? Who took him? Or was Barack Obama born in Jakarta? Oh yeah, that's the question on the table. Everybody's been saying Kenya this, Kenya that. Maybe he wasn't born in Kenya. Maybe he was born in Indonesia. Because he was adopted by an Indonesian man by the name of Lolo Centuro. As a matter of fact, his name was Barry Centuro when he was a boy. I don't even know when this Barack Obama nonsense came about. It was a convenient way for the mother to name him after, quote, the so-called Kenyan Barack Obama Sr. But if you look at the school records when Barack Obama was in Indonesia, they call him an Indonesian person or a child. When you look at his school records, it says that Barack Obama was enrolled in school, and it says that he was a citizen of Indonesia. Now, I don't know when he renounced, or did he renounce, or was he even born in America? I don't think he was born in Hawaii for sure. All the evidence, if it was so easy and he was born in Hawaii, they would have came up with the birth certificate a while back. Even you advocates of Barack Obama, even you apologists for Barack Obama, must admit that it's something suspicious about the man who don't want to show his birth certificate. Even you flaming liberals are able to show your birth certificate because you don't have anything to hide. You were born in the United States or wherever you were born at. Why would Barack Obama spend $2 million to seal up his, quote, so-called birth certificate? And every time we look at more evidence, whether you look at the investigation by the sheriff down in Arizona, came up that the birth certificate was not authentic. Now we look at Ann Durham's passport record, and it doesn't have her traveling with her son to Indonesia. So one has to ask the question is, how did he get there, or was he born there? That is the question on the table. Because it's becoming so evident after looking at Barack Obama. The evidence proves that he was not born in America. He's not a viable president candidate. So I'm asking the question again. Where is all of the conservatives, all of the GOP, all the news outlets? Why are they not hammering away at Barack Obama not being a citizen of the United States? Does that seem a little suspicious to you? That's why I have no confidence in any of the GOP party. None whatsoever. With all this preponderance of evidence that brings up many doubts that Barack Obama is not the president, should not be the president of the United States, why hasn't everybody cried to heaven? Why did Mitt Romney bring this up when he was running for president? It's almost as if the whole thing is a big conspiracy and they all are working together, including the GOP people. I don't care how tough they talk. I hate to keep bringing this up, but why did Alan West refuse to even bring up Barack Obama's birth certificate? Why did Mitt Romney, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Rand Paul, Ron Paul, why did all these people with all this money and power has never really challenged the authenticity of Barack Obama's birth certificate? If you and I know it, at least can we get a real investigation out of any sitting senator? They don't even mention it. So somebody has told them that's off limits to you. I don't even want it brought up anymore. This in itself should make you not have any confidence in the American system any longer. We have a man that is the president of the United States of America, and we don't even know if he's a citizen or not, which we know he's not a citizen. He's not a viable candidate to be the president, but yet and still, he's the president. And now, it's big enough, we may be able to just get past and just let him run his course and get out. But the problem is that he's purposely trying to destroy the country, and he's not even a citizen. At least if you're going to let the country be destroyed, could you get a citizen of the country to destroy it? Could you get a viable candidate to destroy the country? It's bad enough if it was a citizen destroying the country. He's not even a viable citizen, and he should have been impeached a long time ago. And I told you he was not going to be impeached. He's not even a candidate, and they won't even do anything to him. Now, how much should that scare you? You can try to brag on your local candidate, on all your candidates, until one of these candidates really question Barack Obama's birth certificate. They are all phony and fake to me. Because give me a good reason why we have not properly closed the book on if this man's the president. He just got reelected for a second term, and we still don't know if he's a viable candidate for the United States presidency. This should scare you in itself, that all these senators, all these tough talkers, all these filibustering, all this posturing, they won't even investigate if he's even a viable candidate to be the president. All hope may be gone because we have no representation in this country. They have all sold us out, period. I don't want to hear what they was proposing. Get the bastard out of office, period.